Here we are at AVN 2018 Las Vegas, Nevada. As I'm getting bumped into by people here. I don't care. I'm having a great time. Here with Karma. How do you pronounce your last name?
RX.
RX. Okay, so it wasn't like a weird pronunciation that I was going to mess up because I suck at last names. I really do. Thank you so much for your time. How are you enjoying the festivities here right now at AVN?
It's fantastic. Having a wonderful time.
That's great. I mean, that's all you could ask for, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, what I'm always interested from the talent's perspective, right? I mean, it's easy for me to come here and interview you, right, and not completely lose it because I'm standing next to her. But what's it like for you to have the interaction with the fans? They coming up to you, showing their support, showing how much they admire your work. What's that feeling like for the performer standpoint?
I think it's really awesome. I like meeting all the people. Some people I recognize from Twitter or Instagram or whatever, which is cool. It's a little overwhelming as well. But yeah, it's great.
You ever sit back and be like, they're all here to see me kind of mindset?
No, I think they're here to see everybody. But I wish my ego was that big. I'm working on it. Trying to implode make my head big enough to really think that everybody's here to see me.
But talking about the year end though, we're now in 2018. How's your holidays? How's your Christmas and New Year's for you?
They were good. I don't celebrate holidays, but they were.
Did you take a little break though at least? Because everybody takes a break around the holidays.
Yeah, I don't. I shot a lot of content because none of the companies were shooting anything. So.
Well, from that, you seem to keep yourself really busy then.
Yeah.
How do you kind of pace yourself though? Because for example, I've asked certain people, and maybe it's a rule or something. Maybe you can explain it better to me. For some people, I've always heard like you kind of save certain things. Now, in terms of your work ethic and how many times you're shooting is one thing, but what you're shooting is something different. Where do you come up with that decision? Is that more just a personal preference, or are you kind of advised, listen, don't do this until this amount of time because if you wait and you hold out, your time on the shelf will last longer?
I made that decision for myself because I did a lot of research. And different people now have different opinions about what will and will not benefit your career, but I believe in taking your time. And some of it's preference, like I don't want to get booked for anal every day because that will hurt my asshole.
Yeah, it could be a huge problem. Literally a huge problem.
Yeah.
But talking about work ethic, do you consider yourself a workaholic? Do you allow yourself that time?
I work usually every day. Doing something.
So how do you kind of manage that in terms of not being kind of burnt out? Because for me, it's very easy that I can do something, which I love doing this, and obviously speaking to you, I can do it all the time, but eventually after a while, you kind of start losing that whatever enthusiasm, or you just kind of get burnt out. How do you control that?
Well, I haven't been doing this very long, so I'm not there yet.
Okay. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll cross that if we get to it. I have a severe sex problem, so I don't really see it happening.
Oh, don't say that. Come on, what are you talking about?
No, I'm like diagnosable. But you know, it's cool.
Well, I diagnosed myself too. I'm bipolar, so
yeah.
One of the two.
So diagnosed that, so you know, it's cool.
Finishing off here in terms of what are you looking forward to in 2018 for yourself in terms of what projects do you have involved, or what do you have looking forward to kind of help build that brand of yours?
I am looking forward to working with all these beautiful women. They've given me most of the dick already, but I haven't got to work with too many girls, so I'm hoping that I can have sex with all of them this year.
I love how you don't seem to be taking yourself too seriously, which I appreciate. One final thing for me is...
I'm not a good talker.
No, hey, I appreciate it. It's real. Hey, I'm not a great interviewer either, and you see me, that doesn't stop me, basically. But one more final thing for me is with social media being so... such a huge boom right now. Everybody's on social media. If you're not using it, then you're kind of falling behind. How important is it for you right now? Honestly, you haven't been in the business that long, you said, to help build your brand. How important is it for you to kind of engage with the audience, making sure they have access to speak to you and you have access to speak to them?
I've had social media for a long time. I actually, when I did my first scene, I had 800,000 followers on Instagram already, so I have over a million now. But I believe that social media is extremely important. Because I mean, especially in this age, I kind of feel like to some extent you're worth what your social media is worth. Because if a company hires me and I have the ability to advertise with them, they're more likely to hire me. Again, I believe, in my opinion, because I'm marketing, they're marketing, everybody's marketing, and that means more sales for them and more work for me. So I would say it's extremely important. And on the business aspect, as far as the fans, of course. I've been on social media for a long time, so
So you're not new to it. It's basically something you're familiar with.
Social media came a long time before porn for me.
And now you're going to use it and use it the right way in terms of getting your name out there and promoting it,
Yeah.
which is awesome. And, you know, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I greatly appreciate it. Karma RX, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who she is, Google it. Don't be lazy, just do it. And I just want to do one more thing with you, if you don't mind, is that, you know, when I interview people here, especially the ones that are kind enough to allow me a few minutes at a time, I always appreciate it. So does my cameraman too. So I just want to kind of invite you into a club. Now, there's no paperwork, there's no signing or anything like that. It's pretty easy. All you have to do is put these two fingers together and the other two fingers up like this.
Are we doing gang signs?
Yeah, in a way, but in a good way though. If you just touch them like that, now that means you're officially part of the Jersey Wrecking Crew and the High Spot Podcast, meaning that everyone that follows us will now follow you, they'll support you, and they'll be behind you and wish you nothing but the best. So thank you so much. And now she is part of the Jersey Wrecking Crew, everyone. Karma RX, guys.
Thank you.